Hey everybody! We're having a great Monday here. I'm getting ready to do a little bit of work, and I thought I'd invite you to join me. Let me get my other account up. Oh, wrong. Hi, how are you? I'm getting ready to do some more work on Maximus. I just want to share this out here. There we go. That's my other account. Hello. So I'm here in my studio. If you haven't seen it yet. Oh, focus. It's going to take a second to focus. There's the new, come on, focus. There it is. It doesn't like the light in here. Anyway, there's the new wall. I don't know why it's not focusing very well. Let me try it again. No. I hate this camera. Okay, well it's not focusing. Don't know why. If I get closer. There we go. It just doesn't like that light. So there's the new wall. I'm just kind of jamming out here in the office. I'm going to come over here and draw in a minute. Let me see if I need to clean it. I don't know. What's up? That might be better. See if I can get past that light. There we go. Oh, if I stay still, maybe it'll focus. It doesn't want to focus. There's pictures on my website, so if you want to see it, follow me. Follow me on Instagram or IG if you really want to see it. Alright, let's pop you in here. I have a list of commissions coming up that I need to really kind of bust out. So I figured, hey, whoever wants to come join me and chat, feel free to ask questions, talk about anything. It doesn't have to be art. I'm more than willing to go off subject. I am working on a Maximus still today. I have his back end of his body left. Oh, I have the back end left. So I hope everybody's having a good Monday. I'm having a pretty good Monday. Alright. Have you tried that white cat yet? Nope. I have a cat that I have to draw for my son wants to give it as a gift. And it has a lot of white in it, in the, like, under the face part. So, that's next. Alright. I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to call this the back body. Back body. Thank you. So I know. What else is anybody else up to today? I've been working. Kind of. And doing housework and paint work. Oh, my glasses are filthy. Waiting for Debbie to pop in when she sees the little hashtags I use. She gets so funny about them. Alright, so you know what I do first. It's time to do some underpainting here. So the reason I'm doing I did a layer under this, is so that the fur on the front will be not blending in with my layer here. So I can get which this leg I think is going to be on another layer too. I'm just trying to get them easier without playing around with it too much. The problem is I don't think I have any pictures of this dog's tail, and I'm drawing the tail. So I might have to call his mother and say, what color is his tail? So I might have to do that. Hi, Miss Dana Joy! Long time no see, girl. Thanks for popping in. How are you? Awesome. Thank you. This is a commission I'm working on. This is Maximus. I'm a little ahead of schedule with him because he was cute. And I had a little bit of a break. And then, of course, Christmas. Everybody comes last minute. I need this done by Christmas. And I'm like, well, you might have it started by Christmas. Right? I'm like, if you want to give it as a Christmas gift, you might be saying, look what I have being made for you. And it's like, I can't just whip it up in like a day and say, here you go, here's your portrait. Though I do have, my niece wants her cat for Christmas, so that would be a Christmas gift for me, so that might get moved up. And my son wants me to draw one for somebody. Oh, it's just lots of practice. Just lots of practice. Is music too loud, you guys? I was kind of jamming out and dancing before, trying to get my, like, half hour of exercise in. So if the music's too loud and you can't really hear me, just let me know. Alright. Okay, good. Because it always seems like the music's like really loud for me. And then when I listen back in like the scope, it's not that loud. Yes, Mr. Knucklehead, I'm serious. What, am I serious? What? What's so serious? I'm super serious. I'm super serial. I don't know if you know that reference or not, but I'm super serial. Thank you. That's kind of what I'm going for. Yeah, you want, I can, let's see. You want to zoom in and see him? This is my free time, so anybody wants to see anything, just ask. As you can see, it's just a bunch of little colors of lines. It's just a bunch of little lines that when you zoom it back. Yes, I'm drawing this. I am seriously drawing this. This is what I do. So, thank you. This is Maximus. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Feel free to follow me. I do this all the time. Yeah, it's cute, right? He's a baby. I'm all over the social medias, so you can find me on Facebook and Instagram if you want to see everything. That's probably the best places to probably find me. Oh goodness. Okay. Here's my reference photo, just so you guys can see the comparison. I changed the position of his legs a little bit so he'd fill out the frame of the page better. And thank you. And I'm just really using this picture for a little bit of starting color and for his markings. So it's just kind of sliding. Thank you. It's just kind of hiding over here for me to kind of look at. The hard part was the sketch. I could show you guys. Let me turn everything off. See, we'll give a quick little... People who've been here before will be bored with this because I do this every once in a while. But let's give you a quick overview of the process really quick. So I never draw on my empty canvas. I start with the sketch. Now, the sketch here, this is probably the 4th or 5th sketch. So what I'll do is I'll sketch it really quick and get the shapes, and then I put another layer on top and I start refining it. And then I put another layer on top and start refining it until I get the sketch that I like. And all the sketches, this is Corel Painter 2017. And what the sketch does for me is give me hair direction, placement of main features, and the shape. And it's kind of like a roadmap for me. So then the next thing I do is the eyes. The eyes are the most important part of a portrait. It draws the people in, it gives the emotion, and gives life to your subject. And so once I get the eyes right, I will put them on their own separate layer because I don't want them to get messed up. Because sometimes I could spend an hour just doing eyes. Yep, an hour. So then I start going around the face. And I usually work like almost in a figure 8-ish. I go around the face and build the mask and work up. And then after I get this front of the face, I'll work back and do the ears. Sometimes the nose is on the same layer. Sometimes I will put the nose on its own separate layer to kind of have it dimensionally popped in there. And then I have on this one, I decided to do a neck section. So it kind of looked under it. So then I did the neck. And then we added his bandana there. So I can have everything all over it. And then we did... Oh, no, where I... Then I did the front part of the body. Of course, I'm working on the back part now. And when I'm all done, the sketch will be gone. So it'll be like that. I only keep the sketch up now just when I need it. So like right now I'm working on this body part, I'm not going to need it. So if anybody has any questions or wants to see anything else or any, we go way off subject here sometimes. Sometimes we talk about relationships, sometimes we talk about art, sometimes we talk about whatever. So it's just... I like to think it's like, hey, you came and you're just kind of like hanging out in my studio with me while I draw, and we're just kind of chilling and having a good time and getting to know each other. So I'm just going to start putting in these layers, and this is a digital oil painting. So I build up the layers just like if I was painting on a canvas. Corel Painter has done a really, really good job of making the mediums react the way that they would in real life. So I'm painting pretty much how I would on a canvas, except my canvas is my computer screen. And so right now I'm just trying to get the forms in. The only difference is instead of waiting months for like a layer of oil paints to dry, I just go to a different layer. And that's a big advantage. If anybody does oil painting, you would know. Of course. Why? Don't like it. I was on the wrong layer. I just screwed up, you guys. I'll admit to you, I just screwed up. And I didn't notice until I tried to go under. I was painting on the wrong layer because I was showing you guys around. That's the other thing I like about digital. I can erase the oil paints. You try to erase real oil paints and it's not going to work very good. Just saying. Alright, here we go. Building up the layers. Now I'm on the right layer. The life. So it's about 1.5 billion brush strokes. I don't know. I never counted, so. I have, this is called an Intuos Pro tablet. It has little dials for me to select my brush sizes and my mediums, and basically I have a pressure sensitive pen that takes the place of a mouse. I don't think you could draw like this with the mouse. The importance of a pressure sensitive pen is that, let's see if I can do this. Okay, see I'm up here. If I press lightly, it's thin and light. If I press hard, it's going to come out big and dark. And so I can go, or I can go from light to dark. It's all on how hard I press on my pen. So it makes it very much like painting. And then the oils react even after I'm done painting, and they'll blend in naturally together. So like say here's this and I bring this white. In regular digital painting this would stay white, but this is going to react with the other paint and start blending in. So it's going to blend in and you have to build up layers. Just like you would if you were really painting, it's going to react to each other. So that's one of the advantages of using a program that says paint in it, where a lot of people use Photoshop, which is a great program, but look at the name. The name says photo. It's meant mostly for photos. This has been designed specifically for painting. So I'm going to be building different layers of colors. Black is never black. It usually has a bunch of colors in it. Thanks for asking questions, guys, because I do this all the time, and so sometimes I forget what people don't know or what I've said and what I haven't said and what people might be interested that I'm not saying. Alright, so what I did first was put some color down, and I used my favorite blender. My favorite blender is called Just Add Water. This is supposed to be like winter music, and it's kind of driving me nuts a little bit. So we are going to change it. Let's try this. Turn it down a little bit. Thank you. I need to chill out a little more. I was dancing before and I didn't change my music. It did? Wow, I'll have to watch. Thank you. Dana. I'm glad that people like it. That's all I really want. I just want people to enjoy what I do. And then, you know, hey, if somebody wants to have something of their own done, I'm happy to do it for you. But I really just like people seeing. Oh, thanks. Aw. So now I'm going to catch the replays. I was exercising, Dana. So I'm old people. And once you hit a certain age, like losing weight is really a bitch. I just hate to tell you. So if you're young, enjoy it now. And then I just recently went to the doctors, and you know, they do all those blood tests, and my sugar was a little higher than, like, you know, some stuff was a little higher than the numbers I wanted to be. So that was like the kick in the ass to, I need to like watch what I'm doing these holiday seasons. So I've been really trying. Oh, you weren't? Okay. So I was really trying to, I'm really trying to dedicate myself to like really move for at least 30 minutes every day. And it's just so boring, and I live where it's cold, and so usually I just like kind of march in place while I watch a TV show, or I put on some crazy music and I just kind of like jump around. I know you love the sugar. You're good with the sugar. You're an artist. Is it below freezing? Where are you at? It's cold, but I don't think it's that cold here. I'm in Michigan, so... Oh, Idaho. Yeah, it's probably coming my way, huh? But, oh my god. But here's the thing. How come, like, when I'm drawing, or I'm, like, really watching a TV or something, like, or whatever, a half hour will be, like, nothing. It goes, like, poof, right? Let me show my app. I don't know what it is. And then, like, a half hour of, like, trying to dance or, like, move around and exercise seems like it's, like, 12 hours long. It's like, come on, how long can this 30 minutes be? Are you kidding me? You know, like, is this show ever going to end? It's 39 degrees here. I'm like, oh, why can't, I don't understand. Sometimes I say, universe, energy, you know, whoever you think, you know, pray, God, Buddha, whatever. Why is, yeah, I dance. But why is everything that is so good, why is it bad for you? Like, why can't chocolate and stuff help you lose weight, right? I mean, come on. I don't get it. Why has it gotta be so hard, man? How come the doctor never says, I think you need to eat a little more chocolate? No, you never hear that. Right? So I'm still building up layers. These are all undercolors. I'm just kind of throwing this stuff in her. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't it be awesome if you got a prescription for chocolate? That would be cool. I'm just like thinking of it now. I know dark chocolate is good for you, and it's all moderation. That's what I love dark chocolate too. So I do have a little bit that I got a box of these dark chocolates that come in little squares. And the thing is, it'll be like, okay, 1 square. Have 1 square. So I'm not really like dieting where I am trying not to eat breads and sugar. I've been cutting back on like my lovely special coffees, and I'm only having them once a week instead of every day. And all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm really more or less doing portion controls, because if I totally deny myself anything, I'm going to make myself crazy. And my family's not going to diet with me, so if I don't want to really have to make like 2 different meals. It's really, you know. But we do the wheat bread instead of white bread, and we do the brown rice instead of regular rice, and you know, I've done whole wheat pasta, which isn't bad. And so I have everybody kind of transitioned over to that stuff. So that's always good. But I'm telling you, I just wish it was easier. I'm going to tell you guys my age since you're my close, intimate friend. For those of you that don't know, is it? Yeah, I know. It's just I don't have time to make it. I don't have time to make it. I do buy the like whole, like the bread that actually has like you could see the oats and stuff in it for myself, and I don't eat a lot of it. Like I'll have one piece of toast sometimes or something, but anyway, I'm 49. I know I need one, right? I might have one somewhere, but then I'd still have to like fix it up. I wish I was home all the time. I would do it. Like when I was home all the time, I would do it. I'm working on trying to be home all the time. I'm working on making this my job, my part-time job, and my retirement job. Like I could do this for the next half of my life. I know it's not that old, and believe me, the older you get, the younger all those ages feel, you know. I'm just gonna say, it depends. It depends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I probably have about 7 hours, 7 or 8 hours in this on here now. Yeah. This is the easy part. I'm going to say that the face, I mean, we're going to say 1, 2, 3. I have them on YouTube because I usually throw all my Periscope things on YouTube. And this dog, I've done him almost entirely on Periscope. So if you go back and look, you could probably see almost the whole process here. This jazz music is much better than that dancey music for drawing. But as you can see, I'm adding, it's not all black. I have some blues in here. I have some browns. I have a little bit of light colors in here. Just like white, folks, is never white. There's no such colors as black and white. It's a combo of colors that create them both. Alright, so I'm trying to get a nice little dark edge even though it's really not here because I really want this front leg to pop out. I bet you're busy this time of year too though, Dana, aren't you? She needs to see. Yeah, you need to scope, or you guys follow Dana. And she does these desserts that you're just gonna like die for, and I think you scope. Do you scope your candy make enough? You know, pretty much a lot. You know, like on and off. Probably not right now. You're probably busy. Yeah, but some of the stuff you make, I don't even know if I could eat it. I'm just saying they look so pretty. I'm sure I could eat it. I'm sure I could eat it. I'm just saying, like, oh yeah, I couldn't eat chocolate. But it'd be hard. It'd be like, I wouldn't want to eat it right away. Oh no, look at you, sugar free. Well, maybe when I get paid and I have some money that I come along, I have to order something. I'm just saying. I need money. This fall has been really sucky. Okay, so you guys, like, you know how some people have the best luck, right? Does he? No. Yeah, like, and I just don't know what happened like this year. So we live in Michigan, but we're from Cleveland, and we own 2 houses. I own a house in Cleveland, and I own a house here. And our house in Cleveland, we actually have some of my son's friends are renting it, and my son used to live there with them, and so they just kind of stay there, and they're good kids, and I've known them all since, you know, they were little pretty much. And so I sort of am like, we've sort of kind of adopted them, you know, we take care of them. But anyway, about a couple weeks ago, we woke up and I had one of my son's friends and his wife were here visiting us for the weekend. And we woke up on a Saturday morning and my house was like 42 degrees. The heat wasn't working. Like the furnace wasn't working. I was like, are you kidding me? Hello, welcome. And so my husband kind of fixed it and got it working. Well, long story short, we had to buy a furnace for this house here. And furnaces aren't super cheap. And right after, like 20 minutes after we bought the furnace here, we get a call from the house in Cleveland. Their heat wasn't working. I was like, are you kidding me? Can you imagine? I was like, are you kidding me? They weren't. Let's put it that line. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Everything happens unexpectedly. Yeah, that was fun. Ugh. But what can you do? Me and my husband literally just sat back and we looked at each other and we started laughing. What can you do? It's just so ironic. Yeah. And we don't really use charge cards, but we did have to use, for one of them, we had to use our charge card because I did not feel like being totally busted. But, you know. So that's what I got for Christmas. I got a furnace to keep me warm. But the good news is that we got a really good deal on it because my husband has a heating and cooling guy who's our friend, and he basically installed it and did all the work for free. So that was awesome. That saved some money. And now the back bedrooms are actually warm, and in the summer they'll probably be cool. So, have to be positive. Yeah, one good thing, right? My sons won't have to have like triple blanket. Now they're complaining it's too warm, but that just means that my bills will be lower because I don't have to have it turned up so high to keep them warm. Okay, I need to step back and see how this is developing here. So I want to get a little bit of that sheen in there, so I need a little bit of that light. Alright. This is like totally like jam out. So I can't wait to see what kind of honey you did at. Did you see Dana? A pet portrait's like $60 for one subject, and if you did two, like my dogs, it's like another $20, so it'd be $80 for two. And then that gets an 8x11 printed on linen. It's a linen paper, so it has a texture and almost looks like it's painted even though it's printed out. And then I also send you the JPEG. You would get this JPEG file. Maybe. Sure. Then hit me up and send me a message. We'll work it out. But it would be after the holidays. Just warning you. And basically, I would send the JPEG to you as well. And because it's your dog, you own the image. It's your cat or gerbil or whatever you're having me paint. And then that way you could take. This is a high res. Let me see if I could show you. This is a canvas, so it's a very high resolution drawing. So you should be able to take it, when I give you the JPEG, you can take it anywhere and get it printed as large as you want. I'm only capable of printing out 8x11s, and 8x11s are cheaper to ship. So it's easier to just email the JPEG, and then if somebody wants to take it to Walmart or Staples or something, you can have it printed out as big as you want. Hi, thanks for coming. But that's basically how it works. If you go to, I don't know if you follow it or not. If you go to Kathy Grillo Designs on Facebook and follow me, I do have a shop now and there's albums that you can look at other work and get all the info and send me a message or copy or ask questions or whatever. But I have a shop on the Facebook page. Thank you. And that's new. I just did that. I'm slowly figuring this stuff out. I wish I had made enough money I could afford a business manager, because the business part, I'm not the best at it. I'd rather have somebody say, hey, this is what you need to paint this week. And I'd be like, alright, thank you. Okay. This brindley color stuff, is really, it's not easy. This is what takes the time, is to get that nice blend of all the little beige and white and a little bit of yellow and some dark brown, and I'm like, oh my god. But lately, there's been a lot of dogs I've had with these brindles. Still better than white. I like brindle a lot better than white. Nothing against white. Nothing against white animals, because I love them. Yeah. But that's the thing, like, I don't really keep track about, like, everybody asks how long, I really don't keep track a lot about how long it takes me, because I don't charge by the hour, and I don't figure it out by the hour. I don't want to be pressured into finishing something because, like, my time limit's up, you know, like, my time is up. Nothing's gonna leave out of here until I deem that it's good enough to go. My reputation's more important than how much I make per hour. So if something takes a long time, and then it's on me. That's just how it is. Then you just hope somebody likes it and shows it off to somebody else and says, hey. It's like Maximus Mommy. She's a fashion illustrator. Pretty big on Instagram. She has about 70,000 followers on Instagram. So I'm hoping she likes this enough to show it off a little bit. Because I'm putting it out to the universe. The dream is that when my nanny job is done, which Katie is 3 years old right now, that I could do this until I'm 90 or whatever, and not have to be a greeter at Walmart or something. So share the news. I don't want to be a greeter at Walmart. Nothing that's wrong with that. I just don't. I'd rather stay home. Airbrush Pro, it's my buddy. Came back. So I saw you doing that Torres construction writing the other day, and the control you have to make those letters and stuff like that, love it, love it. I have an airbrush setting on here, and I'm not the best at it. I use it for my backgrounds, but you know. I love the airbrush stuff. I mean, I have pretty much control over my airbrush digitally. Yeah, it was awesome. I just caught it last night. Or the night before when I couldn't sleep. I don't remember. A few nights ago. My days roll into each other. Alright. Me too. I'm usually on Monday in the morning for the Mondays. Sometimes I get on later, like today. And then if I have time and I get home from work early enough, or, you know, something's going on, I can get on during the week. And then I do Fridays and Saturdays, and that's about it. Sometimes on Sunday when I have time, I don't like being gone too long. People have, people have a short memory, you know? You're gone too long, they don't remember who you are. So that's what I tell my husband. I say, I gotta hop on there, man. I'm really trying to work it. I dedicated myself to giving this thing a year to kind of work out a little bit for me. And I'm growing it. I'm getting followers. I keep track. I have a list. I keep track of what social media accounts are like going up and which ones are going down, and I try to focus on it. It's a full-time job. And a snowflakes. Aww. Did you see my wall? Did you see my wall picture? I just changed my wall yesterday. Hang on. So my wall used to have the big butterfly on it. It's at the beginning of this scope too, but I'll show you. It probably won't focus. There's a new wall. So I did that yesterday. We are like snowflakes, all different in a beautiful way. There it is. Thank you. So I get to sit at my desk while I'm writing stuff out, and look at that now. So that'll be up for winter. I was going to try it. Every month was too hard to change it. It was hard to erase that butterfly though, because I really love the butterfly. But I did it because that's the purpose. Oh, now I gotta get you guys back in the saddle, right? There we go. I'm gonna finish Maximus today. Thank you. Yeah, I love the butterfly. I was like, oh, okay, but the point of doing the chalkboard wall was to change it. So, I gotta change it. And I erased it. The secret to erasing it was pretty interesting, too. Okay, go have fun with your puppy. Stay warm. Anyway, so like, you know how you have a chalkboard, and if you erase it, you still have like a bunch of white? I was doing some research because I didn't want it to still be white. I wanted to have, I wanted it back to black. Yeah, I wanted it back to black, so it'd be nice and crisp. And so I was doing some research, and the strangest thing came up, and I tried it, and it worked. So literally, I used cola to clean the wall. So I took a can of cola and poured it in a little dish and did my sponge, and I wiped the wall down with the cola, and all that chalk like stuck to it and came off. And then after you wipe it down with the cola, I took a rag with just plain water and then wiped that down. And then when it dried, it was all nice and black. I was like, wow, check that out. No, if you use water, it does not go to black, because I've done that before. If you use just water, you're going to still have a white chalk haze. It doesn't go totally black. You could still see like, like a haze of white and chalk residue on there. It's really weird. But I guess like the whatever's in the cola traps it in there. But that's the big problem. You wash it down with water, and it looks nice and black when it's wet, but then when it dries, oh, a green one, see? But yeah, when it dries, you can still see like the white on there. Like it doesn't look like I did paint it. And this is chalkboard paint, so I don't know if that might be different too. This is a chalkboard paint that I painted the wall with. This kind of is not right. This needs to be darker right here. So I'm trying to get the shape of this curve right. So I don't know if that makes a difference. The chalkboard paint, it's not like really a chalkboard. I don't know what they make chalkboards out of, but this is chalkboard paint. Because this used to be my son's room. My studio used to be my son Jordan's room, and he's moved out. He's moved back to Cleveland to work in my sister-in-law's restaurant, right down next to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And so when he moved out, his room became a studio, and he had the chalkboard wall. And so all I did was repaint it to make it nice and fresh because we didn't know how to clean it before. So I put another layer on top of it. Alright. And back body, but I need to add a layer in between. Okay. Now I'm going to be guessing on this leg a little bit because I don't, as you can see, I don't really have a picture of the leg or the tail. But I think I do have a reference picture of, let's see, another German Shepherd to see basically like how generally their tails go. Yeah, I don't know if I can see that either. I don't know. So I think it's going to probably be mostly black until I get in around the end here. And then I'll start making it like a lighter tip color. I don't know. I might have to ask her for a picture of his tail. I hate bothering her too much, but I'm sure she'd rather have me bother her than have it wrong. Alright, so underpainting. This is how every single section starts. I just throw in some paint here. Generalized, a couple little colors that are sort of being utilized. Okay, now I know this is going to be, I'm going to be blending in this layer back here, the black, because they're two separate layers. And we have the tail. And I'm going to put some of this lighter color on the end. Alright, so it's literally what I do. I throw it down there. Let's twist you this way a little bit. Then I use my favorite blender, which is just add water. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like taking a brush, dipping it in water, and spreading the paint around. So we're going to throw this leg in on the front. I'm just kind of bringing it over and filling it in a bit, getting the shape. If you draw, anything you can possibly draw, It's like a simple way of doing it. Thanks for inviting. Thank you. Basically, you have your shape. So you start out with a shape. If you don't know what the shape is, a good way is squint at it. Just squint until you see sort of a basic shape. That gives you a basic shape. Then after you have your shape, then you want to make form. And form means trying to make it look like it's not flat, three-dimensional. So that's where your shading and everything comes in and helps create parts. And then after you get your form in, that's when you could start doing the details, and the details blend in to help create, define the form more. But basically it's up to you on how much or little you add of details, because some art has a lot of details like mine, and some people just do a nice loose watercolor thing and this might be their detail. So that's where your own personal style comes in, and everybody has their own style. This is a Wacom Intuos Pro Medium. Some people who do digital art will know the programs do not usually, hardly ever, come with the tablet. Do you? Okay. And so you have to get the tablet, then you also have to get the program on top of that. It's two separate things. Which can be pricey. But that's why I always tell people, try to experiment with a digital program. There's some free ones out there before you just like jump in and spend a ton of money on it. Yeah, there's different levels, and the thing is depending on your art skill or what you're planning to do with it, you might, in your budget. I don't recommend always getting the cheapest thing, but do your research first before you invest the money, because you don't want to spend a bunch of money and then not really like it at all. And then, like most of these programs have 30-day free trials. And so if you wanted to jump in and try Corel Painter, I know that you can download it for 30 days for free. And if you want to contact me, I have a few other free programs I have not really used a whole lot, because I got this for Christmas last year. This was my Christmas present last year. Alright, so you see how I'm creating the form and the shapes here. There's different programs out there for depending. Hi, Chaka B. Depending on. Right. Yeah. It just depends on what you're planning, what kind of art you're planning to do. My husband bought this for me. So basically last year, I was doing pencil drawings, and I used to draw way back in school, and then I got married, life happens. I didn't draw for almost 20 years. And then, kids get older, things like that happen, and so I went and bought some pencils. And so I was doing pencil drawings, but then, I was really kind of itching to paint. I was tired of the graphite pencils. I was tired of them. So I was really kind of itching to paint, and I didn't really have a lot of room or money to go out and buy, all those supplies and everything. And I saw somebody here on Periscope doing digital art. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. And that's all I said. I said, that digital art, that's kind of interesting. And next thing you know, this showed up for Christmas. So I didn't pick it. My husband just went out and did some research on his own and thought what would be best for me, and he went and bought it. And so then, about last January, I started teaching myself how to do this. So I'm no pro. Haven't gone to classes. I do not have a college degree. This is just me. I read the manual and learn how to do stuff. And I'm only on page like 380 of a 700-page manual. So I'm sure there's things this does that I don't even know what it does yet. Yeah, I just jump in and just try it. What's the worst that can happen? It's only art, right? Hi, what is it? I can't even, Upperella. Some people's names are so inventive, I always screw them up. Yeah, so actually the henna people love it because I was doing henna and they're like, oh, you should do henna, and then I started drawing the mandalas and Upper Elwa. Okay, thank you. So then I started doing the mandalas and having fun with that. And then somebody sent me henna and I was like, sure, I'll try it. And so I threw some henna on. I had somebody dare me to do a watercolor. And I was like, okay. So I did a watercolor. You know, that's okay. Whatever. I don't care. Only live once. And I'm a little older, so I don't have as much time to figure it out, do all that stuff anymore. So I might as well just jump in and do it. It's just art. It's not life or death. You screw up, you throw it out, and start over. But that's one thing I like about digital art is this before I had my studio. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I have an entire art store at my disposal. And I don't ever have to buy my materials. So, like, the expense of a tablet in the program, it kind of makes sense when you figure I'm not paying for paint, really. Or paper. Well, I pay for printer paper and ink, but I only need to spend on that when I have something that I want to print out. Right? So... But I do have a regular studio now, so I do other stuff than digital art now, since I have the room for it. Alright. Alright, so this leg, I put it in a different position than it is in the picture, so I am kind of winging it. Procreate, yeah, I've seen that was pretty cool. If I ever start making money, I want to get, I have a Android tablet. That's what I'm on right now, scoping. But some of the stylus and stuff with the, what is that, a iPad Pro or something? Is that what it is? I don't know. The one that you could draw on and do really neat stuff. I wouldn't mind like playing around with that in the future, maybe. So, I'm trying to imagine what this fur is going to be like here, because the leg is in a totally different position than what I'm drawing it. So I'm using my artistic license. An iPad mini. What size is the mini? It's like my Android tablet is like a 5x7 or something like that. And I like it because it's really easy to just like pop in my purse or a bag and take with me. My mother had a full-size iPad, and she ended up getting another little mini pad, and just because it was easier to take with her too. So yeah, that's all the stuff I have to look into, because I don't want to have a pad that's so big and then I never take it anywhere, because if I don't take it anywhere, I'll just be on my computer. But when I travel, it would be nice to just be able to kind of like, or in the summer when I'm out on the boat or something, have something that's a little more portable and I can just kind of mess around and not have to worry about my pencils and paper and, you know. Because especially in the summer, for sure, I could totally just like spend a whole day just chilling out Okay, see, yeah, what's the smaller one doesn't have the pen, right? Can you get a pen for the smaller one? I don't even know. I don't know anything about all that. It's all stuff. My husband's the tech guru. Okay. Yeah, that's about what my tablet I'm on right now is. But my husband's like the techie, the techie guy. So he'll take care of all that stuff. I put it on a little wish list, and I'll be like, yeah. And then things sort of show up for me. You asked Apple? Okay. So you have to get the bigger one. I'm going to rewatch the scope and see all the info that I might be missing. Okay. See, I don't know anything about all that stuff. And then there's like the Cintiqs. And I was looking at those too, which I really kind of like the idea of being able to draw on the screen. But then I know, right? Then I was thinking about it, that like my arm drawing like this would get really tired. Like, reaching up and trying to draw like this would be tiring. Where I just rest my hand down here, and honestly, does it lay flat? Okay. Well, see, I don't even know that stuff, see? And honestly, the transition on this program of drawing, like, I don't even feel weird drawing on the tablet anymore. It was so easy for me. Yeah, he will. Because he's a research maniac. We don't buy anything without, like, researching and look. Okay, so we bought a boat. I know, right? We bought a boat for our wedding anniversary. I'm old. It was our 25th wedding anniversary. So we decided to do something nice for ourselves. And we live in a boating community where basically I'm on an island, and like every other person has a boat around here. And I'm surrounded by canals. So it's pretty sweet, but it sucks if you don't have a boat and you see everybody out there. So, oh gosh. So we bought ourselves a boat. We're going to buy a boat instead of... No, I don't own the island. I just live on it. I just live on it. But, so, our wedding anniversary is in October. And instead of going to, like, Hawaii or something, we said, let's spend the money and, we'll be on vacation all the time. So we got a boat. But we didn't get the boat. We didn't get the boat until, like, a year later. Because my husband has to research everything. So, yeah, that's typically how stuff goes in our house. Research it for 12 years, and we're going to go to 5 boat shows and look at 20 different brands. Yeah, well, we don't go on vacation anymore because my house is like being on vacation. I actually, everybody comes to see me when the weather's nice. They come and stay at my house for weekend getaways all summer long. Yep, it is. If you follow me, I don't know if you friend me on Facebook, not my art one, but if you friend me on Facebook, I have pictures from this summer of the whole deal. You can go check it out, and there's probably some videos on there, little boating videos. Anyway, we bought a pontoon boat, so it's a big party boat. And mostly because I live on the river, so I don't really go out on the lake where I need something that goes with big waves. I have a river and a bunch of canals around me, and I'm not looking to like camp and sleep on my boat. which we have friends who own boats, and they're so big with gas, like half the time they don't even drive the boat. They just like go there and sit out on the boat. And I didn't want to do that. So the pontoon's pretty good with gas, and it's perfect for where we live. And I have a lot of people, like I said, I have a lot of people who come and visit me. So I needed something that I could fit a lot of people on. I didn't want to have to be like, oh, I can only take 4 people or 5 people on my boat. I can take 10. So it's not the biggest, but it's decent for our first boat. Yeah, I have layers. I can show you. I did this earlier in this scope, but I'll do it again. Turn them all off. So I start there. I start with the sketch. And then we go eyes, and then the face. This one I did the nose separate. The neck, and this bandana, this front body. And now I'm here. That's kind of the progress. And I'm determined to finish him tonight. Even if it cuts into my when my husband comes home. It is 5 o'clock, so he's probably going to be home in a half hour, 40 minutes. Not yet. I have not. I usually do the background last because, one, hi Karen. I usually do the background last. It'll show me like what I need to clean up. And also, a lot of times my backgrounds are white and I just use a shadow. I'll airbrush. I use the airbrush setting. And I'll just like kind of airbrush a little shadow or a background. Ugh. Yeah, that's just practice. I still sometimes I find, I did that right here in this scope where I was showing everything. And then I started drawing and I was drawing on the totally wrong layer. Thanks, Karen. I want to save this. I'm going to show Karen what I'm working on because everybody follow Karen. She's an awesome fashion illustrator. And she needs to, I know she's so busy she can't even scope anymore and I miss her terribly. I just want to show you really quick. I want to save this so I can show you really quick. I'm going to open what I'm working on. My other project that I'm working on is this. Where did it go? Now it's opening it. There we go. Where is it? Oh, it's down here. Hang on. It's playing hide and seek with me. I need to get rid of that one totally. We can bring it back up. There it is. I'm working on this. So then when I take this, so when I take this off, that's where I'm at so far. Thanks. So if you could zoom in on her face. So, yeah, there she is. That's all I have so far, is that. But I'm working on it. It's a, I don't even know how to pronounce it right. I just like the dress. Amelia Sposa? I think it sounds Italian. Sometimes it does. It depends. I haven't worked on this one very long. That's about an hour right here. What I have here was about an hour. Sketched sort of included. Amelia with an A. A-M-E-I-L-A Sposa? Yeah. It's just pretty. So I liked it. So I said, oh, I'm going to draw it just because it's practice and I liked it. For fun. Yes. Where's that guy? Oh yeah, the airbrush. I have let's see, Corel Painter is a very like real paint, and they interact even after you're done painting, and so sometimes it chugs up your memory a lot. And so like the airbrush watercolor's hard. Oh, let me see. Hang on. Actually, we can take a break for a second if you guys want. It's something new. Let me just do 11 by 8. No, not 78. Keys by 8. Thank you. Okay. So, since you guys are interested in airbrush, we can play around a little bit. I'm going to go and see. This is, I know, it's fun though. I love it. I'm going to go and see, this is all the mediums I have here. And then each medium, so I have like a whole entire art store. Right, I have a whole entire art store. All this stuff. So, we have airbrushes. And then under the airbrushes, I have all these different brushes you can use. So, let's get a color we can see. And then I can make them different sizes. So just by dialing it up, we can make it bigger or smaller. And then they all react differently. So see, this one's very light. I have to really like keep it in one spot. And the longer I keep it, it has a loading setting, so the longer I hold it in one spot, can you see that? I'm not moving it, I'm just holding it. So the longer I hold it in one spot, the paint keeps spraying in that one spot. So you can spray like that. And then, let's see, that was a wheel brush. And then this is a coarse one. Let me see. So this is a coarse jitter, it's called, which the jitter means that this pattern is not the same. Okay. But see, I can do it softly, or I can do it dark just by how hard I press with my pen. So it could be nice and light, or it could be really dark. And if I stay in one spot, I can do it darker. And it'll blend in over it. Hi, thanks for coming. So the jitter, when it says a jitter on here, it means that this pattern, if I zoom in, it's not a same pattern. It's varied. It's always a different, the dots aren't in the same spot every time. It moves. So it gives you a very natural look. This is a detail airbrush. So let's see what this one does. So it's a nice, and these colors are going to blend together as they go. And if I do it light, so if I go light, it'll just kind of blend over it, and you could build up the layers just like if you were airbrushing. Bye! Let's see. And then this is a digital airbrush 2. So see, this one's nice and light. And you could just do a nice, like, for like skies or something. Thanks, Deb. And the colors will blend. And So we go off subject here. It's so easy to, it's my ADHD. Ask me a question and I'll go. So then we have this. And see, that's what I like. Like as I hold it here, it's just going to keep loading it in and be darker. And the colors, as long as they'll stay wet for a certain amount of time. And what that means is, if I do it quickly, the colors will blend together just as if they were wet paint. No, I think that's full opaque I'm at right now. I'm just playing around. So like then here's this one's really soft. Now this one, see this one is soft if you press light, and the harder you press, the lighter in it. And if I like swipe really quick, I can get that. And now the cool thing about the airbrush, the cool thing is my pen has a tilt, so I can angle it. So if I angle up like this, the spray is going to go up. And if I angle down, the spray will go down. So I can kind of direct which way I want the spray to go. If that makes any sense. But then like, yeah, see, I could just do little jerky things. And what else? This is called a fine spray, so it's going to be very, very light. It's so light you can hardly see it until I hold it. See it down there? It's super light. So that would be like really subtle shading. But see, if I hold it, it's loading and it'll just load. So this is very, like, you can get really light shading in through with this one. And just keep building it up until you got the right little shade that you wanted. And now we get into some fun stuff they give you. I have a pepper spray brush. That's a which is also pretty light because my brush is small. But see, it'll load, and it's a very light little. You can hardly see it. I can see it more than you guys can. I'm trying to get it to get darker here, and I have it on like black, so. But it's a very light blend. And this is called a pixel. Let's see what this one is. Dial up, dial up. I'm trying to get the brushes big so it's not so small. So you guys can see what it does. Once again, these are all really light blending sprays. So it's a light, really fine. It's more for like underpainting probably, to get you your tones, like you would paint black and white really light and then put some colors over it. And only a couple more, guys. So you can see some of this stuff still was blending for a few minutes after I was done. How it got lighter after I sprayed it because it soaked into the paper. It's really cool effect. So yeah, this is like, and then not only that, I don't mess around with them too much, so these are really light. But there's a whole panel for like to control them, so you can make different jitters and different, I don't know, it gets really complicated. I don't get into all of that. Get bigger, bigger. So I haven't really experimented. Oh, this one's fun. So see, this is a big, like a spatter brush. So that's fun. I haven't experimented much with the airbrushing. I'm going to have to watch you. I'm going to have to watch you and try to learn how to airbrush now, digitally. And take some airbrush lessons from my friend. But still, yeah, that's the airbrush stuff. It's kind of cool. No. Alright. Look at how I get sidetracked. Well, that's how I learn, by watching, you know. I'll like watch and I'll be like, oh, look at that technique, or how I blend, or that's what you could do. And then I'll get on here, and obviously I don't have like an airbrush, and I'm not going to go spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on compressors and all that stuff. So I'll just bring it on here and try to play around with it. You know? The one that frustrates me on here is the watercolor. There's a real watercolor setting where it'll soak into the paper. You can have different paper textures. You can totally wet a layer. I mean, it's really cool, but it really chugs sometimes. Like, the memory is just so slow that it's frustrating. And so I don't use the digital watercolor. When I want a watercolor, I do it for real, just because I get so frustrated. I need more memory. I need more memory. Now I have to go back to my other brush. Let's see. What do I have? Where's my palette? We'll just use this one. Yeah. Same ones, I'm sure. I don't want the smooth brush. I don't want the opaque brush at all. I want real wet oils, thank you, and my wet blender. Hello, how are you? What's been going on? I see you pop in there. I'm working on this dog. Trying to get this nice little blend of colors to work together. I want to finish it. This portrait wasn't due till, she gave me till February. It's not due till February, so I'm a little ahead of time. But that's alright. I'm good, you know, just crazy holiday times here. I have to do a lot of family traveling because my family is in all a different state now. And then I have some people who can't travel because of work, so they'll be here, and it's just crazy, like figuring it all out. Where are we staying? Who's going? And we have to pack up 2 dogs, and because I won't leave my dogs at home with my kids that are staying home. Not even for a weekend. I would love to drink lattes with you, but I'm only allowed to have 1 latte a week now. I'm restricting myself to 1 a week. It's so sad. I'm trying to cut back on the sugar. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? I'm trying to cut back on my sugar intake, and it's not the easiest thing to do in the holidays when I just want to have like a nice white chocolate caramel latte with a little bit of peppermint. Keep the door open, kids. Hey, come in, come in. Come in. Oh my god, let's stay out. My dogs. Ooh. Now they'll be at the door and they're going to be like, let me in now. They just want it out. And they'll be like, let me in. It's because it's 5:30 here. 5 o'clock is dinner time, and I've kind of blown them off because I'm drawing. I'll feed them in a little bit. They won't starve. My house smells really good today. I have homemade turkey soup in my crock pot cooking all day, and it smells so good. See, when I'm home, even though I'm working, I'm pretty domesticated. Okay, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Thank you. See you around in the social media hood, my friend. Thanks for the hearts. Some awesome people. Okay. You know where to find me. I am not going to put too much detail at the end of this tale because I need to send a message to Maximus's mother, and I need to ask for a picture of his tail because I'm not sure what kind of coloring he has or how the tail works. Hi, L5, H5. If you tell me your name, that would be easier. I'm going to have to send her a little message there and say, send me a picture of Maximus's tail. I'll send her a picture too. I'll send her this picture and see what you think so far. Because I'm sort of making a lot of this up right now because I don't have a picture to see what it looks like. And I'm just going with what I know about dogs and German Shepherds. But I changed the position. I'll show you my picture. Oh, wait. Alright, so here's the picture reference, but you see it I don't have his back end. So I'm trying to play around with figuring that out. Put him up there. Here he is. Slide over. So I think that looks pretty good. Does that look like him, you guys? Do you think his mom will be happy? I hope so. I hope she'll like it. But I don't have his end part. So it's making it hard for me to properly get his markings for the back part of his body. Thanks. So I'm just trying to get these little blends in and let the fur blend, and I will send her what I have, and say, send me a picture of your dog's back end. Thanks. Well, it's just practice, you know. And everybody has their own, like, that's what I try to tell people. I love art. I abstract art. I'm not very good at it. I'm not good at letting go of the details. So, somebody who might want to be a realistic painter, that just might not be what you were meant to do. It doesn't mean you're bad or don't have talent. It's just, like I said, like my wall says, we're all different in our own special way. So it might just be you were meant to do a different type of art. If everybody did the same type of art, it'd be very, very extremely boring. And all it is a passion, because you have to dedicate yourself to doing the work, and it's practice, practice, practice. I try to draw something every day. It might not always be a dog. It might be a mandala. It might be just a little doodle or a sketch of a tree or whatever. But I try to do something every day. And if you draw what you love, yeah, well, you should follow me. find me on Facebook, and you can send me what you're drawing. I have a couple people I do that for if you want. You can ask questions. I'll help guide you out and give you some advice if you want, and show me what you're drawing. That'd be great. You know, I'm there to be a friend if you want to do that. But yeah, it just takes time, and I would say try to draw every day. Try to draw every day, and you need to find what you like to draw, because that's what you're going to be good at. And you know, you'll develop your sense of style, and you know, your own technique, and along the way, it's part of a journey. I need my blender back. There we go. So I want to blend these in a little bit as support. So I just love dogs in general, and I like pets. Oh, I missed the first part of your question. Sorry, I was looking for something, but sorry. I always breeze through my own periscopes to catch the questions I missed, and sometimes I'll send a little message to you with the answer. And two, because I like to hear what I could do better or to improve. So, because this social media stuff's a big part of the world now, and it's like teaching an old dog a new trick for me. I wasn't born with a phone texting in my hand, you know. This right here, what I'm doing now, when I was growing up, was like something you saw in the Jetsons, you know. It was like sci-fi, Jetsonville, like, really? You could see somebody on a call and talk to them? Yeah. That's sci-fi right there. I just wanted a more detailed underpainting here, which is what all that was. I was doing all that work for it. Yeah. Well, what are you interested in? I mean, do you like Marvel comics? Do you like comics? Do you like nature? Do you find landscapes pretty? What kind of things? What kind of art are you drawn to? And that's probably the first step. You gotta be kidding me. How much of this was on the wrong thing? See, I just screwed up. I was talking to you guys and I totally screwed up. So now watch what I have to do. That was all wrong. It was on the wrong layer. Just art in general. But see, you'll figure it out. I mean, like, if you want to draw realistically, there's a lot of, you need to start studying anatomies, which is just looking at faces and breaking them down. Like, don't start out, like, if you wanted to draw a dog, okay? Don't start out overselling yourself and saying, oh, I'm going to just draw this dog. Start with an eye. Draw a dog's eye every day on a small little index card or a small sketchbook. Draw them at least one eye a day for a week at least. Just draw some eyes. And then after you draw eyes, look at the noses. Draw noses. And you got to get to know how the structures are. And then you'll start looking at things differently. You play with cartoons. Okay, so then you go and you look at the cartoons. And cartoons are all shapes. So you want to start with your shapes. And then after you get the shapes, and it depends how realistic or how cartoony you want to go. If you're going to be really creative, you just go for it and use your imagination. You could do anything because you're creating your own world when you don't do realistic art. So don't be afraid to just, go with it and see what happens, Put on some music or something that's inspiring to you, and you just kind of see what comes about and play around. That's what you got to do. You just have to start playing. Get yourself some pencils and, you know, don't be so uptight about it. And just start playing around with circles and ovals and look at other people's art. There's nothing wrong with watching a scope. Oh, well, see, that's cool. Okay. But see, if you want to draw, there's nothing wrong with watching somebody who does something and drawing while you're watching them. Or go on YouTube, which, oh my God, if I was a kid, like if they had YouTube and stuff when I was in high school, oh my gosh, I wouldn't even, that would have been like, oh my goodness, heaven. You know, I wouldn't even have ever gone to school. Yeah, you just need to find the time to do it, which is why I said it needs to be a passion as well. Because, you know, if people who don't have time say they don't have time, but you always find time to do what you really want to do. Just like, you know, in the dating world, I know people are busy and there's a thing and stuff you have to do, but if you can't find time for me, then, you know, that was like I didn't have time for you. So you can find time. You're always on YouTube. So, you know, you look stuff up and just have a pencil and paper ready and doodle around, you know. Try it out. If you're interested, there's a website. It's called, let me show, I'm going to save this really quick because my husband, I think, just walked home. I'm going to show you really fast if you hang on for a second. So I was in like all the advanced art classes and everything when I was in high school. And I really wanted to go to the Cleveland Institute of Art. Didn't have money. Long story short, I didn't do art for almost 7 years. Like, you know, life happens. You have kids, got married. I didn't do art for almost 20 years, I mean. And I've only been drawing again for about 7 years. So, let's see. When I first started drawing again, I wanted to take some lessons, and I looked for some free lessons, and I found this website. It's called Drawspace. Yes, I do. It's called drawspace.com. Okay. So you go to drawspace.com, and there's some paid lessons, but there's a lot of free lessons. So it starts all the way from introduction, and see how they're free. So it'll start all the way from introduction, and it'll go all the way down to painting, colored pencils, cartoons, portraits, a whole bunch of stuff. But what they do is, so you can view the lesson, and it'll tell you different histories, okay, and whatever you're learning, and it shows it down into pictures, and it's going to give you different techniques. Okay, cool. So send me info, and I can send you some stuff. But so it'll the site does a really good job. Let's see, understanding telling, let's see, drawing something. Let's see what this one says. So see, it'll tell you how to do some of this stuff. And then it'll show you how to prepare pencils, different shadings, how to do your points, and just give you different techniques. I want to get it to a real lesson so you can see how they break it down. That's what I'm trying to find. Alright, oh yeah. Oh. That one wasn't free, of course. Alright. So see, it's going to show you visuals so you can look at them and practice them. and different techniques on how to, you know, and it gives you a lesson, a challenge, so you can actually teach yourself. So that's where I would look first. It's a really good site. There are free stuff, but there are paid stuff, but there's enough free stuff to help you out. Like this is one I did. It's in my sketchbook. Squircle trees, and it'll tell you how to start and how to shade and how to add, and it'll go step by step. See? So it'll just keep going step by step to show you how to do it until you're down at the bottom at the end. So it's a good site. These people should pay me because I recommend it to everybody. There's my puppies. Alright, so one last look at my wall. This is my wall. This is where you could follow me, guys. So follow me, connect with me. Like I said, I'm open for questions. I'll try to help you out. I'm not just looking for followers. I'm looking to make friends and have my own little art community. So feel free to connect with me anywhere on social media. I call it the social media hood because within most of these social medias, you'll see the same people over and over again, especially if you're an artist. So thanks, guys. I am going to go have dinner now. Have a fun and creative day, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks for spending some time with me. I truly appreciate it.